Thank you for tuning in. This is the WJTS News. I'm Bill Potter reporting. Although this year, especially this school year, has had its fair share of changes, Superintendent Tracy Lori of Jasper seemed positive about how the students and faculty was handling the changes from COVID-19. Tracy Lori, superintendent of the Greater Jasper Consolidated Schools, had this to say about how she felt the first half of 2021 school year went and how the 2021 went as a whole.
So as we near the end of this year and the first semester of this school year, I would just like to compliment our students and our staff for continuing to be very diligent in ensuring that learning can happen in person. I think we've found that our students are having success in the classroom. Our teachers have been very supportive and continue to support the efforts of in-person learning.
Lori also commented on the importance of extracurricular activities and how they contribute to a sense of normalcy.
And along with that, our kids have had a great opportunity to participate in all the things that we consider normal: athletics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that all help to enhance their learning experience here at Jasper.
As schools have had to rethink how they go about in-person learning, schools such as Jasper have made strides to deal with and succeed despite COVID-19 in 2021. The St. Meinrad Institute of Sacred Music will present an afternoon workshop on understanding liturgical manuscripts on Saturday, January 8th. The free event will be held in the St. Meinrad Archabbey Library from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. It is open to the public. The presenters will present on the liturgical manuscripts in the Archabbey Library collection, ranging from 11th century southern Germany to 18th century Ethiopia. None of the manuscripts has previously been studied, and many are new acquisitions with fascinating histories. The workshop will explore what can be learned from the manuscripts and how to study them. Though the speakers are among the top in their field, the event is geared toward the general public and is an opportunity to shine light on the riches of the collection with the scholars most expert at uncovering those riches. The list of presenters and other details is on our website, WJTS.tv. In 2021, there have been shortages on several items we use every day, but Purdue Extension is warning farmers there may be a herbicide shortage for the 2022 growing season, which will impact weed management decisions. The two main active ingredients that we're hearing about right now are glyphosate, which is Roundup and others, and glyphosate, which is Liberty and others, both associated with an increase in cost. There will likely be limited supplies of other pesticide active ingredients as well, but in the short term, a shortage of these two active ingredients poses some major challenges for corn and soybean production. There are several different factors which are impacting this issue. The reasons for the herbicide shortage include a decline in the number of laborers to unload tanker ships at Gulf ports, lack of truck transportation from the ports to get the ingredients to the U.S. formulation plants, or formulated products to the retailers, reduced supplies of some of the inert ingredients of formulation, shortages of materials to make containers and packaging, and Hurricane Ida that damaged a glyphosate production plant in Louisiana. The demand for glyphosate will be considerably less in a conventional till system than in a no-till system. Glyphosate is arguably the most important herbicide that facilitates no-till crop production. It's even more important in systems where cover crops are used and need to be terminated before corn or soybean planting. Therefore, one simple way to reduce reliance on glyphosate is to simply go back to using tillage for fall and early spring weed control. This practice will be very effective for controlling the weeds emerged at the time of tillage. But some farm operations may not be set up for the extra equipment, labor, and fuel needed to do this on a widespread basis. For more information about this story, including a link to Purdue Extension, please visit our website once again, WJTS.tv. Only 8.2% of Indiana households are unable to effectively quarantine. That's according to a new study from the Smartest Dollar looking at the U.S. states where residents were unable to effectively quarantine. The CDC recommends that people infected with COVID-19 self-isolate at home and stay in a specific sick room and use a separate bathroom if possible. However, many American households do not have enough rooms or amenities to quarantine effectively. In fact, it's estimated that at least 11.5 million households, or 13.1% of multi-person households, are unable to effectively quarantine due to not having enough bedrooms, a full kitchen, or complete plumbing in their homes. Researchers ranked states according to the percentage of multi-person households without the space or facilities needed to effectively quarantine an individual. For the purpose of this analysis, the ability to effectively quarantine means having complete plumbing, a full kitchen, and enough bedrooms to isolate an individual without forcing the remaining household members to sleep with more than 2 people in a bedroom. The analysis found that 8.2% of multi-person households in Indiana are unable to quarantine. Out of all U.S. states, Indiana was the 14th smallest percentage of households that lacked the space and amenities needed to effectively quarantine. Evansville police are investigating a child neglect case that's got a different twist. They say they were called to a crash early Sunday morning at Coventry Court and another road. Officers say a car ran off the road and hit an embankment. They say the driver had injuries to both ankles. Police say the driver admitted to taking prescription medication and must have been sleep driving. They say she told officers she had 3 children staying with her at a nearby hotel. Police say she couldn't remember the name of the hotel, but they tracked it down to the Comfort Inn on East Walnut Street in Evansville. Officers say they found the room with the lock flipped, preventing the door from closing all the way. They say a 3-month-old, a 4-month-old, and a 5-year-old were found alone. The children were released to family, and the driver was taken to the hospital. Now stay tuned. WJTS News will continue in a moment with a look at weather, and then Joey Rail steps in with a look at sports.